Hare Krishna, devotees. Thank you for joining the morning chanting and hearing session. We'll start with the Mangalacharana. Om Agyanatimirandhasya Gyananjana Shalakya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhisham Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Padam Yam Dharauti Swapadam Tikam Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Let me share my screen.
That is the point brought out in the commentary above. Another point of consideration is that Sita Devi is more merciful than Ram, and as such, she would not have been able to tolerate the misconceptions and criticisms of her character by her own subjects, because Sita Devi also loved the citizens like her children.
I have
It should be noted that
repeated
when
just
Indra's
2
son in the
minutes.
form of a crow bit her, she didn't even complain about it to Ram, and she forgave the Rakshasis who had tormented her and protected them from Hanuman's fury. Rama knew Sita's nature very well and so protected her from having to hear such cruel words. By the arrangement of Lord Brahma and Narada, two pure devotees of Sita Rama, the entire Ramayana was then arranged to be composed by a neutral third party, Valmiki, an acknowledged authority absorbed in Samadhi, in order to enlighten the citizens of Ayodhya about the truth of Sita's character, and the project succeeded. Towards the end of the Ramayana, the citizens realized this error and wanted her to return. So he's also excessively compassionate. Guha Shabari Sugrivadibhihi Nirandhra Samshleshena Saushilyam. In order to describe Ram's supreme accessibility, the sage Valmiki describes Ram's uninhibited intimate dealings with Guha, Shabari, Sugriva and others of low birth. See 1.1.58 commentary. Guha was from the Nishada tribe, but he was a devotee of Lord Ram, and the Lord was extremely kind to him in reciprocation when he was banished from Ayodhya to the forest. Even in Krishna Lila, we come across personalities like the tailor and florist in Mathura, who were devotees of Lord Krishna, even though they had never previously interacted with Krishna in his pastimes. He had just come from Vrindavan to Mathura as a super soul in the bodies of all living entities. He certainly knows who is who. Therefore, it is not surprising that Lord Ram was so kind to Guha and considered him his devotee, even though there is no record in Valmiki Ramayana that they had met prior to that. Regarding Shabari, though she was from a low background, she was blessed with the Vairagya, internal and external renunciation, Vidya, spiritual knowledge, understanding and realization, and intense Rama Bhakti by the disciples of Matanga Muni. They had instructed her to wait until Lord Rama arrives, and then she served him and begged him to bless her to attain service to her spiritual masters, Matanga Muni's disciples, who had now attained the spiritual world. Her service attitude greatly pleased Lord Ramachandra, and he blessed her as she had asked. Vishwamitra Adhvaratrana Dandakaranyavasi Munijana Rakshana Ravana Badhita Indradi Sakala Devagana Paripalanaihi Nija Janapada Jananam Atma Saundariya Shiladibhihi Priti Mutpadya Swapada Prapti Rupa Sakshad Avatara Prayojana Bhutam Moksha Pradhanaihi Cha Sarva Rakshakatvam. In order to point out that Ram protects one and all from difficulties, the sage Valmiki describes his protection of Vishwamitra's fire sacrifice from the demons. his protection of the sages residing at Dandakarani, his protection of the devas headed by Indra when they were obstructed by Ravana, his awakening love for his lotus feet in the hearts of the residents of his kingdom, and then bestowing upon them liberation in the form of everlasting residence in his abode in the spiritual world, the factual purpose of his descent. अतः समर्थ परमकारुणिक सुशील भगवत प्रपत्तेः सकल फल साधनत्वे अपि अधिकारी विशेष अनुष्ठितायाः तस्याः भगवत प्राप्ति पूर्वक तत्कैंकर्य रूप मोक्ष एव मुख्यं फलम् आनुषंगिकं फलांतरम् इति सुस्पष्टम्. Therefore, it is very clear that those surrender unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is supremely capable, compassionate, and accessible, is the means to award all desired results. Its primary result is liberation in the form of uninterrupted and everlasting devotional service to Him when it is executed by those specially qualified for it, and that all other results are merely incidental. So everything else is incidental. This is the main thing. Evam sarvatra drashtavyam. This is a point to note while going throughout the Ramayana. So wherever we check in the Ramayana, this is the point that should be kept in mind. Ayodhya Khande. Canto 2. Ayodhya Khanda. Sahi devairudirnasya ravanasya vadarthibhihi arthito manushe loke jagye Vishnu sanatanaha. Iti sanatanatvam. Lord Vishnu is described as being eternal. Indeed, that eternal Lord Vishnu, upon being besieged by the devas who wanted the vehement Ravana killed, took birth in the world of humans. No, that Lord Vishnu is eternal. There's clear evidence that he has an eternal identity and hence cannot be a conditioned soul whose names, forms, and identities are non-eternal. In other words, Lord Vishnu is not a post. It is not a post. He is having an eternal identity. Uttaratra, later on, Akasha Prabhu Brahma Shashvato Nitya Avyaya iti Akasha Shabdena Swayam Prakashatvam Vyapakatvam cha aha. Later, he is also referred to as self-effulgent and all-pervading source of Brahma. From the all-pervading self-effulgent Lord was born Brahma, who is everlasting, eternal, and inexhaustible. Here also, the Supreme Lord is set out as the cause of Brahma. And he is referred to by the name Akash. Akasha means the all-pervading self-effulgent being. Parallel passages can be found in the Upanishads. In fact, they're very commonly studied by students of the Vedanta Sutra. Aranyakande Marichena in Aranyakanda. Aranyakanda is also referred to as Aranyakanda. Same. Aprameya hita tejo yasya sa janakatmaja iti paricheda atitam ahimatvam. Maricha tells Ravana that Rama is of unbounded glory. Unbounded is the prowess of the possessor of Janaka's daughter. No. In the same conversation, Maricha tells Ravana quite explicitly that Sri Rama is the Lord of everyone, just as Indra is the Lord of the Devas. So, first of all, Maricha himself makes it clear that the husband of Janaki has unbounded prowess. Unbounded prowess. And apart from that also, He has also said, Raja Sarvasya Lokasya Devanam Bhagavan Yuddha. Just as Bhagavan or Indra is the king of the Devas, Lord Rama is the Lord of all the worlds. Sarvasya Lokasya. Kishkindha Kande Taravachanam Tvam Apramayascha Durasadascha Jitendriyascha Uttama Dharmikascha Akshaya Kirtischa Vichakshanaschcha Kshitikshamavaन Kshatajopamakshah Vasavriksha Sadhana Apannanam Paramparagatih Artanam Samshayaschaiva Yashasaschaika Bhavinam Jnana Vidyana Sampanno Videshe Nirata Ituhu Dhatunam Iva Shailendro Gunanam Akaro Mahan Iti. Canto 4, Kishkindha Kanda. Tara describes Lord Rama as being a reservoir of all auspicious qualities, headed by knowledge and bliss. Anena cha jnananandadi samasta kalyana gunakaratvam. We are said to be the reservoir of all auspicious qualities, headed by knowledge and bliss. Now, how did Tara know about Rama? That is noted in 4.15.15 to 16. She learned about Ramachandra and Lakshmana from Angada, who learned about them from his spies in the forest who had observed Sugriva's pact with Rama. This confirms that people in general knew very well that Lord Rama is a supreme being. Even Mandodari, Ravana's wife, knew this, as we will notice in Canto 6. Tara to Vali. This series, these two statements, they also have an elaborate, nice, detailed explanation by Sri Govindaraja. He is a sheltering tree for the sadhus, the ultimate sanctuary for those who worship him for shelter, the refuge of those who surrender unto him in distress, and the sole repository of fame. Endowed with knowledge and realization, he is absorbed in carrying out the instructions of his father. Like the Himalayas for valuable minerals, he is a great reservoir of all auspicious qualities. 4.15.19 to 20. Tara to Rama. This you are unfathomable, unassailable, sense control, supremely dharmic, filled with inexhaustible fame, expert, forgiving like the earth, and with eyes red in the corners. 4.24.31. From all of this, it is understood that Lord Rama is the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself. He's not just the best human being and so on. These are all tamasic misconceptions. Sundara Kande. Brahma Swayambhus Chaturanava Rudrastrinetras Trikurantakova Indro Mahendra Surnayakova Tratum Nashakta Yuti Rama Badhyam Iti Sarva Samhartrutvam Dhyotitam. Canto 5 Sundarakanda. Lord Rama is pointed out as the destroyer of all. Neither the self-born Brahma of four faces, nor the three-eyed Rudra who destroyed Tripura, nor the opulent Mahendra who rules over the Devas, can protect in battle a person Ram wants to kill. Very, very explicit statement. Very explicit. Uttaratra, Kim Vaishnavam va kapirupametya raksho vinashaya param sutejah Anantam avyaktam achintya rupam somayaya samprattam agatam va. Dvitiyo vakaro avadharanartha. Anena anantarupatvam uktam. The form of Lord Vishnu is described as being unlimited, Or did the transcendental prowess of Lord Vishnu appear now, having assumed by his magical powers the form of a monkey to destroy the Rakshasas? That prowess is unlimited, unmanifest, inconceivable, and unrivaled. So even the population of Lanka, they knew that Vishnu's power is beyond calculation. Then, युद्धकाण्डे विष्णुरेव कथं जगत्कारणम् अन्येषामपि हिरण्यगर्भः समवर्तताग्रे यदा तमस्तन्न दिवा न रात्र न सन्न चासच्छिव एव केवलः इन्द्रो मायाभिः पुरुरूपय्यते इत्यादिना अतत्वश्रवणात् इत्याशङ्क्य तेभ्यः सर्वेभ्यः श्रेष्ठत्वप्रतिपादनात् हिरण्यगर्भ शिव इन्द्रादिशब्दाः सद् ब्रह्म आत्मशब्दवद् विष्णुपरा एव इति आशयेन उच्यते. One might object to the assertion that Lord Vishnu alone is the ultimate cause of the universes on the basis of statements such as Hiranyagarbha was in the beginning. This is a Rigvedic statement, 10.121. When there was darkness, there was neither day nor night, neither existence nor non-existence. Shiva alone existed. Shvetashvata 4.18. Indra appears in many forms by dint of his mystic powers. Brihadaranyaka Upanishad 2.5.19. So how you can say that there is one Lord Vishnu? He alone is the supreme Godhead. Everybody else is actually a demigod empowered by him. His glory is unlimited, their glories are limited, and so on. How do you work out this? So, see now, Sri Govindaraj Acharya, he takes this up for discussion. However, in answer to this, it is pointed out that in the context of each of these statements, these names, Hiranyagarbha, Shiva, and Indra, are not names of the deities commonly known by those names. Rather, they are actually words literally describing Lord Vishnu. Because literally, Hiranyagarbha means the source of the golden Brahmanda. Shiva means the auspicious one, and Indra means the Lord. They are similar to words like Sat, eternally existing, Brahman, the great being, and Atma, the ultimate soul, which are generic adjectives describing Lord Vishnu. So the idea is that sometimes in various scriptures, you have general descriptors or general adjectives used, names which convey a generic sense to refer to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And sometimes Lord Vishnu is identified by name, but they are the same. Brahmeti, Paramatmeti, Bhagavaniti Shabdyate is very well known to students of Bhagavatam. So sometimes the Supreme Personality of Godhead is referred to as Brahman, like Athato Brahma Jigyasa, Janmadhyasya Yataha. So Brahman means the great being, the supreme being, the one with an unlimited number of qualities, auspicious transcendental attributes. So like that, but Brahman is a very generic expression, but Narayana is very specific. Shiva,
Hare Krishna devotees. We'll pause today here. Um, Any reflections? Any sharing? Yes, Mataji, Sarvati Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. I mean, very nice. I like that last statement of the earlier session that you relayed, where it was said that main is unalloyed devotional service to the Supreme, and all the other results that will follow, and those are all incidental in nature. That statement was very nice. And also for Lord Rama, there was one statement made that he is like the Himalayas, having so many auspicious minerals. So same way Lord Rama is full of so many nice qualities. So that part I also liked. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you for pointing out the most important points. Uh, Kumarika Mataji, would you like to share?
I found that the whole effort was that he was quoting various places in Ramayana to show that how Ram can protect anybody. He can be the refuge of all. So for the Charanagati, that is the topic that we were discussing. So the capability of Ram as the refuge for everyone. So he brought out so many scriptural quotations to uh, explain that point. But I also like the point that Sita Mata is even more merciful than Sri Ram. And so to get her mercy it will be easier to access to Ram's mercy. Just like we say, no? See, you should get the mercy of Srimati Radharani if you want the mercy of Sri Krishna. Same.
Yes, yes, Mataji. So, and yeah, so even then, people had objection for her. That was a very, um, I mean, the most pitiful situation. But yes, that it was. Uh, Anyone else who wants to share something? Yugal Kishore Prabhu, is there something you want to share?
Mataji, I joined very late, Mataji.
Okay, yes, Prabhu, you have the classes going on. Yes. Rajeshwari Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, I'm so sorry. I just joined a minute back.
Okay,
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Vivek Prabhu.
Krishna ji,
Dandavat.
some points, Mataji, to start with the qualities of Lord Ram, and one of them which Prabhu mentioned was Shaushiliam, wherein he also interacted with the relatively low caste like Guha and Shabari, and there the qualities of these devotees, that is by knowing that Lord being the Paramatma knew the heart of Guha. So that was one, and Shabari also, her faith in her spiritual master. So those aspects I liked, and Prabhu repeatedly mentioned the position of Lord Ram being the supreme personality of Godhead. So that aspect also I liked, and only by devotional service is how we can approach the Supreme Lord. And this is exactly in line with what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Bhaktya Mam Abhijanati. So that shloka. So I was just trying to find a parallel over there. So again, repeated points are would be the devotional service to the Lord is important for us. And the wonderful qualities of Lord Ram now and then is being mentioned in Ramayana. And to start with, actually, Ramayana starts with the Valmiki Muni asking Narada Muni, who's that personality who's got all these great qualities, Gunavan, Viryavan, Satyavak, and it mentions that there is the Supreme Lord only who's got all the qualities, and that's how the Ramayana starts. So the Lord exemplifies these characters, and it'll be nice that the inspiration for us to follow them in his footsteps of Lord Ram, and to continue doing our devotional service to the Supreme Lord. So these are the takeaways, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you for uh, re-emphasizing those points. Subudhi Rai Prabhu, would you like to share something? Looks like some issue in the audio. Nitin Prabhu, something would you like to share?
Mataji, I think most of the points are covered, so nothing today, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Okay. Uh, Sanatan Gopraj Prabhu, is something you would like to highlight?
Thank you, Mataji. Actually, Sita Devi is the personification of mercy. A few days back, while reading Bhagavatam and Ramayana, about Ramayana, it was told that because of the curse of Sita Devi, the Rakshasas and Ravana were to perish. But in Shloka, it was not given a curse. We are discussing Sita Devi's personification of mercy. She would not have cursed anybody. And that is the thing, you know. Sita Devi or even Radharani, they are all personification mercies. Other points have been covered by others. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Okay, so we see that Shamkun Prabhu is still not here. Any any devotee would like to share, or we shall close the call today?
We may close, Mataji.
Okay, Prabhu. Okay, Prabhu. We will meet again tomorrow. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यो एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमः। हरे कृष्ण।
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare